Alright, good morning guys. Melissa here. I just woke up and was actually up, not just woke up, but actually up a little early today, studying wines for my job. So, trying to pull myself together here before I have another networking event. Gotta find my earrings. I lost the backing to my earring yesterday in the bathroom. So I don't know where it is. I used I couldn't find, I could not find a pencil eraser. So here's my earring. I lost the backing. So I could not find a pencil eraser, so I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So I cut a piece of lime off like the peel of the lime off a lime, and I'm like, oh, I'll just use this. This is nice and soft. Put it on the back of my earring, thinking, okay, my ear is just going to smell like lime for a little bit. Well, this thing got hardened yesterday like a rock. And when I went to take it off, I could not get my earring off because this thing had become, look, it's super hard like a rock. There's no way you can probably even put an earring in this now. So I was almost stuck with the earring on. Didn't realize that would happen. So that was a lesson. Um, so what do I want to talk about? Okay, so yesterday I was at a networking event. It was really good. Why is my hair sticking up like this? It was really, really good. I'm probably going to have to do my hair again if it's going to be funky like this. Wow. Anyways, I was at a networking event yesterday. Really good. The speaker was talking about, what was he talking about? Oh, chasing your dreams. How important it is to not be a perfectionist. We live in an imperfect world. We have imperfect stuff happening all the time, and if you are a perfectionist, it doesn't quite fit into that narrative. Someone else had talked about how important it is to, just chase your dreams that I was listening to. It's really important to do that, guys, because when you are designed for a certain thing in life, and you don't give that to the world, you are actually hurting people. So we want to give our talents to other people. And speaking of that, I was in class last night and I'm working on my messaging. So I'm working on, how do I asked a teacher, really, really smart guy, how do I put my messaging together of how important it is, basically for my why of a cleaning business with my why of pro-life. And he said, put the two messages separate on your whys and then ask AI how to put it together. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's such a good idea. That's an awesome idea, right? So we're seeing AI change like dramatically, more than people can keep up with. But I had shared in my class last night that my social impact in front of the whole class is going to make abortion, to change the world and make abortion unthinkable. Honestly, that is my mission in life. I believe that's what I'm made for. I believe I was made to be not only a wife, but a mother. And so everything was stacked against me to be a mother in a million ways, and I became a mom. And my dad said once, I thought you were going to make something out of your life. And I said, I did. I became a mother. So motherhood really does need to be lifted. And I have a note, let me see if I can find it, from somebody in class. I'm not going to say her name, but she passed me a note last night. Ooh, hold on. Let me see if I can find it in my stack of all my stuff. I have homework. What am I doing for homework? Oh, I know. I gotta do what my customer is going to look like my ideal customer for me. And then I gotta do some more SMART goals, some SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and things that will be threats against my business. This guy talked about planning time alone to plan. I'm like, that is a huge takeaway. Actually scheduling time during the week to say, this is where I need to get my mission, my vision, and schedule that time so that you have more clarity. And I'm like, that is an amazing way to think about things, because instead of just like, I did it once, do it on a regular basis. So right now we're doing a lot of intake of how, you know, what a lot of data, a lot of looking at data. So I have to do that, looking at my industry. But as far as my social impact, I'm not going to dig through this right now because I got another networking group to go to, and then I got work today, and then I got work tonight. But she had sent me a note, and she said, and I'm thinking, I wonder what this is, because obviously I'm in a class with a ton of women, and back in the day when I was in high school, you weren't supposed to pass notes, right? Well, this was after class, so it's not like a major thing. But she gave me a note, and it was really encouraging. And she said, have you looked up why in Korea not many women have had abortions? And she said this in love. And so we talked after, and she has a lot of experience with living in Korea and stuff. And she said, and I had heard this before, but it's because they age their children at conception. So where America has, a birth date, like every year you have a birthday, Korean women have the birthday at the conception of the child. So she was saying, why would you kill a child you named? That child already has an identity. That child already has a name. That child has everything at conception as far as personhood. So I'm like, mindset, definitely mindset, right? And so here in America, we try to say, the baby isn't real until it's born. And obviously, I even heard this in a church by somebody, and I went to the pastor, and I'm like, what the heck? This guy's trying to tell me that baby isn't real until it's born. And this is a long-time church member. What are you teaching over here? And he's like, well, I apologize for that. And, everyone has their different views on this. And I'm thinking, this guy's like solid in the church. What do you mean he thinks like this? Why has a pastor not, addressed pro-life stuff better? So, this stuff is even in church, which is disappointing. But, we as a church is supposed to be equipped in apologetics, basically, to be able to defend the faith and defend, in any doctrine that would be brought into a church that is not solid, basically. So anyway, she was saying that, this is how they see it, and it really is mindset. It really is. So I have a mission to not only to hope that to educate women's hearts that they never want an abortion. And I said in class, I don't want women to go through this crap. And I am careful with my words, but I did say it because that's what it is. It is crap when you go through an abortion and you have to deal with all this trauma. And also I was sharing with someone, there are millions of women right now. Oh, I know who I was sharing this with. Okay. I was saying there are millions of women right now who are dealing with suicide. They are dealing with having no hope. They are dealing with addictions, the guilt of abortion. And luckily for me, I had become a Christian right away. So I had a strong foundation of my identity in Christ before I came out with this. So a lot of women can't even talk about abortion. That's how bad it is. But when you know who you are, and you know there's no condemnation, you know that I know God was with me, even though I didn't understand everything at the time. He was with me. He had chosen me before the beginning of time. I had become, I believed in Jesus as a young girl, but didn't understand everything about being a Christian without that influence in my life. I do believe I was probably saved and didn't understand it, but definitely understood it after my firstborn son, and I accepted Christ as my Savior. So I am putting some messaging together, but look at that, huh? How women think differently about their child at conception, therefore abortion is not even thinkable for women like that. So we need to understand that mindset in America. We are spoiled as women. We are not oppressed as women in America like a lot of liberals try to say. We actually have quite a bit in America. Even the poorest of the poor. Even when I lived in a trailer, we had a lot in a trailer. I mean, my husband had a go-kart too. I don't know where he put that thing, but he had a go-kart. His mother wanted him to get rid of it, and I'm like, no, I want to keep that go-kart. So, I mean, we had a lot of time and we had a lot of room for luxury. To me, it was luxury. Some people feel like maybe that's not luxury, but to me, as an introvert, having a lot of time and a lot of stuff to take care of, I decluttered constantly because I had way too much stuff. I felt like I had a lot. So we don't need all that to be moms. We don't. We just need to take good care of ourselves. Make sure we have food, clothes, and a roof over our head. If we want anything above that, that is a luxury, pretty much. Or just having some smart goals and say, I'm going to save my time over stuff. So, I want to get out there more, and so I'm always looking to see how I can educate women more. And I think my whole class last night understood pretty much where I'm going and where my business is going. I'm not sure that I want a per se pro-life business completely. Looking at a lot of stuff right now and digging in deep. So that's what I got for now, guys, and I got to get to my other meeting. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys.